What's up, guys? Today is Wednesday. Happy hump day. I'm in the process of taking some stuff in the house. We're gonna get some boxes and start packing up because we are looking for a place, two separate places, which is gonna be a challenge in itself. Yeah, San Diego is not the most cost-friendly place you can live. Now, it's expensive to live here. It's really expensive. The average one-bedroom in San Diego is $1,700. The average. We looked at a couple of spots. One place that me and Shane looked at was like $1,900 for a two-bedroom, two-bath. It was really cute, nice area. Which I think we're gonna keep looking. I don't know if y'all remember. I told y'all my daughter had a portable generator in the car that I mentioned to the maintenance guy, and then the next day it was gone. Well, I had a total of 3. I gave her 1 and I kept 2. This is what it looks like, y'all. So you plug things into here. You plug this generator into the wall. You plug this, y'all can see my shadow. You plug this into the wall, and while it's plugged in, it's constantly charging this generator or a battery backup. And so what happens is, if everything goes down, like the electricity go down, this will maintain power to whatever's plugged up into it for about 10 hours. But yeah, so that's what he took. Yeah, and I was just standing out here talking to a neighbor. Oh my goodness, the things you find out when you talk to your neighbors, the things that will come out. So my daughter hasn't been the first woman that's complaining about this guy. Now actually she hasn't been the second woman. And for some reason he only feels the need to be aggressive towards women. But we know why that is, right? Let me take these up and I'll come back down. I gotta tell y'all something. Yeah, I know I said I was gonna come back early. It's been a little while. Time has lapsed. My daughter's in the car with me. Let me tell you something. You find so much out when you're talking to neighbors. One of the neighbors started talking to me and telling me that the maintenance guy evidently is trying to build some kind of malicious, falsified case against my daughter, asking the neighbors, have they heard her fighting with her boyfriend? And it was like, no. So this dude is like on a rampage trying to get back. And y'all, this is so funny. I wish I'd had the camera on. So he came out here picking up the parking lot. And he came behind the car. The windows was down. I just rolled the windows up. He came behind the car stooping down like he was picking up trash. He got up with one piece of paper. So you so concentrated on trying to figure out how to play get back, you starting to expose yourself. You're reverting from passive aggressive into aggressive because they're just looking crazy at this point. And this is another thing. When people tell you stuff, you got to be careful, because even though these people are telling me what he's saying, they're still having a conversation with him about my daughter. Oh my God.
Fucking coward. Turn the camera around. He's so mad he can't do nothing. He's so mad.
He refuses to look this way. Refuses. He does not look this way. But what I was saying is, they still having a conversation about my daughter with this guy. So since you want to have a conversation, I'm going to indulge you. You're going to bring a bone, I'm going to give you a bone to take back. So the neighbor that was telling us that, he's asking, have y'all heard her fighting with her boyfriend, or have y'all heard her stomping around? I said, well, you know what? She's recorded him with the music up. And we have text messages showing how aggressive he has been. So if you're going to bring a bone, I'm going to give you one to take back. So your next conversation that you have with this guy, we got you. We're not going to play with you. And this is my thing. When you provoke somebody, you never know what reaction they're going to give you. Now you playing victim of a circumstance you created.
But this is the problem at the end of the day, and what we just found out. One of the other tenants he harassed countersued and won their case against him for him harassing them. Now I'm complaining about him harassing me. So this man is in panic mode trying to get rid of me.
Mm-hmm.
That's all this is. But you can't play me without playing yourself.
Right, because she lives on upstairs above him.
No, it's not even about that. I didn't do nothing to you. So this energy you spewing out, that's going to come back to you.
That's true. Now that is true. And he can't try to get her without exposing himself.
Exactly.
Point blank, period.
That's what I'm saying. You can't play me without playing yourself. I didn't do nothing to you. So you coming at me. I told the neighbors you're a psychopath. You are a psychopath. Clearly.
And she actually said that.
And I said, when he bust my window out my car, I said, now we all about to be mad. Now he mad.
And see, like I said, when you go after somebody, you don't know their reaction, because somebody avoids conflict don't mean they're afraid of confrontation. Now he walking out, looking away, looking down, like you a whole coward. A whole coward. Trying to figure out what we saying or what other people saying to us. Mm-hmm. That's all that was. Because I can't believe he was behind that car that long. I didn't even realize he was behind the car that long.
I saw him. I heard him coming up and I saw him.
So he was behind the car that whole... Yeah, this is gang. Like, this is crazy.
Eavesdropping on... He's a queen. Just eavesdropping on the conversation.
And guess what we was talking about, y'all?
A detangling brush.
So we ordered from Amazon. So all he heard is us trying to tame our 4C hair. That's what he heard.
Read reviews.
He was back down there on them old knees, bent down that long, listening to us talk about reviews on the tangling brush on Amazon. See, that's what happened. Now he in panic mode. But you shouldn't have pushed that button. You shouldn't have pushed that button. Because when her window got busted out, she walked in, she said, now we all going to be married. And she meant that.
I sure did. Now he get buck if he want to. I'm going to start calling the police on his ass.
And then the women in here have been complaining about him. Like, she's not the first woman to complain about him, or the second. At this
I'm
point,
not the third.
I was going to say, you're not even a third. And the people that countersued, they were actually being in the process of being evicted. And I guess because they were being evicted, he thought he could harass them, and it kind of worked against him.
And then came upstairs before all this started happening between him and I. Came upstairs to my apartment. I think he was fixing something. I don't know what the heck he was doing. I don't know what. There he go again with his weirdo self. Who was that?
I don't know. I ain't never seen her.
Me either.
But he won't look this way. Let's see.
Oh, he made sure he cracked the gate for her. But anyways, he came upstairs to my apartment talking about, oh, they're just upset because they have to move out. They haven't paid their rent since this. And I'm like, why? That's none of my business. And then he's like, she slammed my hand in the gate. That's why I couldn't come up here to do this for you when you called. And I'm thinking now that I know what I know, no wonder she did that to you. You're an asshole.
But not only that, he has no right to be talking about what's going on with people, legal issues in their apartment. You can't. How are you telling a neighbor that they're about to get evicted? You can't do that.
Telling the neighbors that I'm going to get a 30-day notice. Who is that?
I don't know. I ain't never seen her. But yeah, he did tell the neighbor, he said, well, when she pays her rent, she's going to get a 30-day notice. I told the neighbor, I said, first of all, why is he telling you that? Second of all, that's illegal. He can't take her rent and then you the maintenance guy.
That part. And then we just sat here and looked at my lease because I guess one of the other neighbors said that his name is on her lease as the property manager. You know what his name says on my lease? It says to give him the rent check. That's it. He's not no property manager.
The landlord?
Not the landlord, nothing. It says, who do I turn in my rent to? The rent box or Ernie. That means you only pick up the checks and turn them in and you fix stuff. So you thinking you can tell me to put people out, making me tell you when I have people in my apartment thinking you can talk to me crazy? Boy, bye. What if he won't? I don't want to talk to him.
That's your granddaddy?
No. This is Sook.
Oh, that's your uncle. He's in an avoidance state right now.
Oh, but he plotting.
Oh yeah.
But when he plotting, I'm just saying he gonna play himself at the end of the day, because he's so focused on trying to get at me, but he can't get in my face because he don't want the repercussions of getting in my face, because we all know what Shane looked like, and this man's a punk because he beat women. He ain't gonna want to face off with no man.
Yeah, her dad ain't gonna have that.
Exactly. So he can't get in my face. That's what he normally would do. So now he's just avoiding me, trying to irritate me, but you can't irritate me without irritating the other neighbors. That's for one. And for two, you just can't do nothing. You a sitting duck and you mad. You don't like the fact that you feel like a woman has an upper hand on you.
And that's the truth. And
so
that's the truth.
You so focused on trying to get back at me when you should have just left me alone to begin with. I said we all gonna be mad, and look, you mad.
And this ain't. And let me tell y'all,
little mad, you big mad.
This hasn't just happened. This not a situation that just happened like in 1 month. This man has been inappropriate like
since day one. Since the time I moved in this apartment, he babe this, babe that. I'm like, babe, like, ew, you could never. And then on top of that, he's like, okay, you need to let me know when you have company. Why?
For what?
Why? I don't need, your name doesn't go on my checks that I signed for my rent. Your name is not on my lease. As far as I'm concerned, you're just the neighbor who fixed things. And you don't even fix anything, actually, because what you do is you call the owner and then you get him to sign off or his approval for you to get a contractor to come out here. When my refrigerator broke down, that man did not fix it. He called somebody to come out here and fix it, and then they had to call somebody else to come back out here and fix it, and then they just replaced it.
And then he had to ask the owner, could he take whatever off the rent because she lost all her groceries that we had just bought.
And he only did that to
try to impress you.
Yeah, I got $150 off my rent that month because I had to throw away my food. My food's going bad. The refrigerator don't work. And you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have a refrigerator. But you know what I'm saying? He trying to act like, oh yeah, you got $150 off your rent, you know, trying to impress me or whatever. Like, sir, no, you still could never.
First of all, let's just...
see what that man look? He could never.
You beat it too. But, I mean, listen, he can't do nothing because the woman he's sleeping with got evicted from here.
Exactly.
So if he was going to do something, the lady that he's sleeping with was living here and got thrown out.
And he was vouching for her and she still got thrown out.
Yeah, he was trying to cover for her. I found that out through one of the neighbors. Like, the neighbors was complaining, and he was like, no, it's under control. And they was like, it's not under control. She a tyrant in here. And he was like, I got it under control.
She was.
And then they was like, bad. Enough. So they asked her to leave.
I still feel bad about blaming her daughter, but still, forget her mama. I don't like her mama because she know that man did that to my car. And she was, the problem is, when I moved in here, when she lived in that unit above the parking lot, she was reporting to him
where she parked,
where my guests would park at, and that's before the assigned parking came about. She would be like, oh, but everybody parked everywhere, so it didn't matter to me. But he's like, you need to let me know, and da 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 da.
Meanwhile, there's a person that lives a door over from her that has 3 cars that are parked, 3 cars in here at a time. Now, mind you, she just said it was assigned parking.
Exactly.
But he never bothers them. So I mean,
that's why I don't like the mom, because she was reporting the whole parking situation to him or whatever, and then when she got into the apartment, it's like he got all this air in his chest to start acting crazy, banging on the ceiling, texting me, "Are we gonna have a problem?" Like, you don't know me to be talking to me like that. We're not personal.
Recently, I think he tried to play Get Back. This Sunday, when you recorded the music up real loud, he tried to play Get Back. He turned his music up real loud Sunday morning.
Let me play it. Y'all might can't hear. Hold on.
Yeah, I told her to record it. But what happened was, the neighbor on either side of him downstairs, both of those have children. One of them has a newborn. The other one on this side has like a 5 or 6-year-old. So while you trying to get at her, you messing with your neighbors on both sides of you.
Okay, hold on.
You got it?
Yeah.
This is the recording.
I do like that song though.
I know, I was like, that's a nice song.
I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, I heard it through my floor. And normally, now, he used to do that all the time. It would be either his music or his TV. And on Sunday nights, what he used to do is have his whole family out here playing loud ass mariachi music, having barbecues and stuff. And this whole time, when his girlfriend lived in this apartment with her daughter, when her daughter was acting like a freaking tyrant, when he was in his apartment playing his music loud, I never one time complained. Never made a complaint. Not one time about none of my neighbors. Even the neighbor next door to me, her and her people used to get into it all the time, and I used to hear them through the walls going at it, cursing at each other, going crazy. Not one time did I ever complain about these people, because none of this is my business. If it don't got nothing to do with my unit, I don't care.
You know what it is? Because she stayed to herself, she was soft-spoken, she spoke, she was like, hi.
Yeah, I would. Hey, how y'all doing? Okay, and not close my door and not be bothered.
And I guess he thought she was an easy target. But you got to be careful when you start provoking people, because you really don't know, and you can't control the reaction or response. Now he running around looking like a victim of a circumstance that he created.
Pretty much. He said, are we going to have a problem? And I guess we do.
Now you do.
Yeah, we do have a problem.
You got to be careful what you ask for.
Yep.
You just might get it. Anyway, guys, it's getting dark. What time is it? Ooh, look at the sun going down. It's 7:56. Yeah. Sun just going down. God, this mean the beginning of summer. Anyway, listen, look how this lady come in the parking lot.
And that's another thing. This woman that's pulling in the parking lot has a whole motorcycle taking up a parking space. And from what I understand, she used to have her motorcycle parked behind her car, but he made her move it, and now it's just taking up a space.
A visitor space.
Yeah, and people are complaining about parking, and when my mom brings it up to him, he was like, oh, well, maybe I'll tell her to move it. I ain't really in no rush or nothing like that, but I
just found out today he didn't say nothing to that woman, and he is the cause of her having that motorcycle parked in that visitor's parking spot.
Said he was gonna tell her to park it against the building, and it's just taking up like, he's a dictator. He not about to. I'm telling you,
he is a queen.
After I will cuss that man out and read him for filth.
He started it.
I sure will.
You gotta be careful who you play with, because some people can outthink and outmaneuver you. She doesn't like conflict, but that doesn't mean she's scared of confrontation. So now he knows she's not afraid of confrontation. Now he escorting his girlfriend in and out the building because he afraid. Now, I already told him what happened at the store, what we did at the store. But now he afraid, so he escorting her in and out the building. Well, if you wouldn't have started with us, you wouldn't have had to escort her in and out the building. And when I say start with us,
because it's a us thing. He messing with me, he messing with her.
Basically, that's why I was going to explain. And I told him, I said, you are inappropriate. You were inappropriate. Parent to parent.
This ain't no damn PTA meeting. I'm not living on no dormitory. This ain't no group home. I'm not like, when I signed my lease, that did not grant you parental custody of me.
He always whenever I talked to him about how inappropriate, he was like, well, parent to parent, she's 30. So this is not a mother-child relationship. She's my daughter. She's not my child any longer. She's an adult. So when she went after him, when she called him a psychopath and the neighbor was downstairs, the neighbor said,
and I said, yes, he is a psychopath and he's hella aggressive with women. And he is.
And she said it in front of him. So you got to be careful of that button, that I had enough button. You never know what reaction or response you're going to get. And let me tell y'all something. Before anybody say, well, oh, maybe she shouldn't. This is the problem. She didn't.
For
a long time. She held it. She's been here 2 years. This been 2 years that this man has been conducting himself like that.
Inappropriate.
Right. So by the time he got to the point where he's busting her window out, she was like, okay. So now we all gonna be mad.
And I'm steady trying to ignore him, like, okay, yeah, all right, whatever. I went from speaking to him to walking past him like he not even there, like, to completely ignore him, and still it was like every single time he would try to force me to have a conversation with him when I saw him. And it's just like, I do not have to talk to you. I don't have to acknowledge your presence. You're nobody. My rent is in that box. Go take it to the owner.
Oh man, let me tell you how hard he was pressed to try to get her to interact with him.
pressed.
He texted her one day and said, no, or did he call you and actually, did you know what mouse droppings were?
Oh my God. No, okay. So he texted me and was like, I need to talk to you. So call me when you get this, or let me know when you home. Like you my dad or something. Like what? I just ignored the message. So then I get home and I guess he can hear that I'm home. And he was like, hey, have you seen any mice or rats in your apartment? And I'm like, why would you ask me that? If I saw mice or rats in my apartment, I would tell you first. You wouldn't have to ask me. But then I was like, no. That's all I said, nah. And he texted back and was like, well, do you know what it looked like? Do you know what mouse droppings look like? Like, any reason for you to talk to me or come in my apartment, you was just looking for it.
Oh, no. Let's talk about the time when he said your bathroom was leaking into his bathroom.
So he had to come into my apartment to put up some type of
splash guards.
Yeah,
on the
splash
bathtub.
guards, and he wanted to recaulk the tub or whatever. And I'm thinking, first of all, ask me if I have a leak, because I don't. I don't have water problems. There's no kids in my apartment to where water would be on my floor. So if there's a leak in your apartment, you need to call the plumber and figure out what's going on in your apartment. Did. Never followed up with that. Just any reason to get me to talk to him. And I
or get in her apartment.
Yeah, I'm like, no. I don't want it. I don't. And it's like, the more I tried to back off, the more he tried to come forward. And I feel like
he kept advancing.
He was only trying to advance so that he can get to the point where he would be more aggressive.
And now he don't like it.
I don't like it either.
All right, y'all, we're going to end this here. So now, if you didn't understand, now you understand. You have the full story. This has been an ongoing issue for 2 years now. So and she's had enough. Enough is enough. And it's too much at this point. A whole grown man.
Never in my life.
Conducting himself like this.
Never in my life.
So, if you didn't know, we have filled you completely in. She's tired. She's sick and tired of being sick and tired. And it's just too much. Alright, guys. We'll talk to you next time. We're keeping up with dads. Remember, when you provoke and poke somebody, you can't dictate, mandate
their reaction. Exactly. You better say that for the people. Say it louder for the people in the back.
You cannot dictate, mandate their reactions. And you might not like it. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.